Hi there guys, and welcome to my very first impressions video. The first impressions that I'm going to be doing today, if you can't tell by the title, is the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation and the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have never tried these before. I've very roughly tried the creamy concealer. It was one of my friends and I just put it on very quickly on top of the makeup that I already had, but I've never actually tried these. I know I'm really late to join the bandwagon. Everyone uses these and loves them. The actual reason I wanted to do the first impressions is because I have extremely oily skin and I wasn't sure how this was going to work. I did really want to try it and I want to try and make it work. It's a pretty expensive foundation, so I wanted to make sure that you guys were clued up before you got it, especially if you have oily skin as well. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm completely like in the blue of this. I've obviously seen it applied on YouTube, but I've never applied it to my own skin. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So I'm going to take you literally from the start so you can see exactly what I'm applying on my skin. So I have nothing on my skin at the moment. I've literally practically just woken up and washed my face. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is applying my Oil Control Lotion by MAC, and this is a very light moisturiser which helps to disperse the oil evenly all around our skin. So it's basically, instead of us applying a moisturiser to give us just hydration, it basically hydrates and moisturises our skin while still making sure we don't look too oily. I just like to concentrate this on the centre of my face, so on my nose and my cheeks, and then also on my forehead. I find like my forehead and nose is the worst, really. That's what gets the most oily, so just applying that mostly in the centre and then just spreading it outwards. I decided to apply a primer because really on a daily basis I would most likely be applying a primer, so there's no point of me not actually wearing one because that's how I'm going to wear it on a day-to-day basis, especially because I have oily skin. So the primer that I'm going to be applying is a really lightweight one. It's the Air Flash CC Primer by Dior, and this is really lightweight, so this is nothing that's going to affect the actual feel of the foundation, and I'm just going to make sure that it's evenly applied, nothing too heavy. So I actually haven't even opened this yet, so this is just coming out of the box. Perfect. And the colour that I'm using is Syracuse, which is medium/dark 1. So that's what it looks like. It's a really nice packaging. And there's no pump. Why have I seen YouTubers with pumps? So I'm assuming that you have to buy the pump separately, similar to MAC. I didn't know this, so yeah, this is great. So I'm just going to have to apply it to the back of my hand, and I actually didn't even try this colour before. I'm hoping that it's okay. It looks slightly darker, but I usually tend to wear something that's a little bit darker anyway, so it should be fine. And the brush that I'm going to be using to apply this is my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm just going to be applying, yep, that is pretty dark, but nothing that's different to what, oh no, it's okay. It's nothing too different to what I usually apply. Wow, I really like this. It's applying very smoothly. You can tell it's a medium coverage. I did know that anyway, that it was a medium coverage, but it's actually applying really nicely. I really like it. So what I'm going to do is just apply one thin layer first, see how it covers, and then if we need to apply any more, we'll go on top. So a couple of you asked a little while ago why I haven't done a foundation routine, and the reason being is because my method of applying foundation literally changes like the wind, so I sometimes don't see a point of actually going into doing it and then it changing. I literally use a different foundation pretty much all the time. Only recently I've been using the same one because it's just been working for me, but the actual method that I apply it in is always changing. So yeah, that's why I haven't done it, but I'll love doing stuff like this where It's more of a first impression and review. Let me know if you want to see any more. So that is pretty much applied all over, and I can say to you that that was really quick. I love when a foundation application is really quick. Sometimes a really thick, sticky substance of a foundation is really hard to spread, whereas this is really smooth and light. It's quite liquidy feeling and very smooth, and I really like this. This looks really nice, and that's sort of the coverage that it's given. So you can see that my skin is not completely smooth. I do have blemishes here and there, and I also have redness as well, so it did cover that up really, really nicely. There are parts that I would like to be covered a little bit more, but mainly for one normal layer that's covered really nice. So I'm just going to go over a couple of different areas and apply a little bit more coverage. And I really like the colour as well, it's really nice. I'm very yellow, so it's hard to find sometimes in other brands apart from MAC colours that are really yellow, because they usually tend to have a lot of pink in it, so this is actually really nice. So I'm just going to be tapping on the areas that I want a little bit more coverage. This is really comparable to the Luminous Silk foundation by Giorgio Armani, and I really like that one. It's just in a really light colour, so I haven't been able to use that.
Virus database has been updated.
Thanks. It has a really luminous finish without it looking sticky, so I really, really like that. Next we're going to be trying the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and the colour that I got this in was Custard. This is because everyone talks about Custard, and I really hope that it's okay. It looks really light, but I usually tend to use a concealer that's a little bit lighter than my skin anyway, sort of to highlight under my eyes. So I'm going to be trying this as well. So I'm just going to be applying this under my eyes. I'm not sure how much I want to put yet because I don't know how it's going to spread. So I'm just going to apply sort of 4 little dots and then one in my inner corner, like that. And the brush that I'm going to be using on my concealer is the 110 Face Shape brush by Zoeva, and it's just a really nice small domed brush, and I think this blends in concealer really nicely. Okay, so this is pretty light, but it's, I mean, considering I ordered this online, I think I did a pretty good job of picking colours. I would never recommend that though, guys, because that's where stuff goes wrong, ordering online. I did have a faint idea of what I wanted. I had looked at it previously, but I sort of just did a bit of a guessing game. Okay, so I am absolutely loving this at the moment. I think this looks really nice, and it's definitely radiant, and it does have a slight sort of reflectiveness, is that a word? I'm not sure, but yeah, it definitely reflects the light a little bit. So to highlight under our eye, I think it's really nice to have that reflective finish. So this is how it looks finished off with the foundation and the concealer. I really, really like the colours that I picked. I'm pretty proud of myself that I managed to pick that online. And I also really, really like how everything is. It feels very luxurious, very lightweight. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. And I really, really like how it looks. It looks very radiant, but it doesn't look too sticky, and that's really good for an oily skin. So I just need to see how it will last. What I'll do as well is insert a picture of the foundation with flash, and I'll do it in the natural lighting because this ring light does make it look really, really different what it would look in natural lighting. So I'll go take a picture and insert it now. So the time now is just 12 o'clock, and I'm going to check in about 4 hours to see how it has lasted halfway through the day, and then I will check in another 4 hours later around 8 o'clock to see how it has lasted a full 8-hour day. The reason why I want to use an 8-hour frame is because that's a normal sort of working day or a normal school day, or yeah, that's the sort of normal time frame of a day. This isn't known to be a really extra long lasting foundation, so I'm going to give it an 8-hour stretch. And yeah, so far I really like it. I'm really excited to see how it will last. I've got a couple of things to do today. I'm going to record some more videos. I'm going to clean my room. I've got a couple of errands to run, so I'm just going to do all of that and see how it goes. So I'll see you at about 4 o'clock. So guys, I'm back. It is now 4 o'clock. It's been exactly 4 hours and I can honestly say that the foundation has lasted really well. I know my own skin and I know that nothing ever lasts on me. Bear in mind I have been at home, so I would expect that if I was working or something like that it would get a little bit oilier than this, but not a huge amount. But it's literally stayed exactly the same, so I imagine that if I was at work it would get a slight bit oily. Literally around everywhere, even the mouth area, everything has stayed on. Remember, I didn't powder it as well. It is amazing. I'm really impressed. It looks really nice. There's nothing that's really wearing away. It just looks exactly the same, to be honest. So I'm really impressed at this. I am going to clean up my room. I've recorded some YouTube videos and I'm going to tidy up. So that means I'm going to be hoovering and there's going to be some heat. So we'll see how that will stand. I'm going to come back in another 4 hours at 8 o'clock to see how it finally lasted. And yeah, I'm really impressed and I like the finish. I think I like it more now than I did when I first applied it. I think it looks really nice and it's sitting really nicely on the skin. The coverage is really nice. I like how it's not really full coverage. I would like to use this for daily use and sort of just going to work and that kind of stuff, but it's gorgeous. I'm really happy with it. So we'll see how it is in another 4 hours. So guys, I'm back after another 4 hours, so it is 8 o'clock. I'm not sure if you can even see this, but I just want to show you the time to prove to you that it actually is 8. Oh, what's going on here? It says it is 11 past 8, and it has been a total of 8 hours since I initially applied my foundation, and I have not touched it. I haven't topped up, I haven't done anything, and it has actually lasted a surprisingly long time. I'm really happy with how it looks. I have a little bit of oiliness in my forehead and coming down my nose, a little bit on my upper lip and chin, and on my sort of cheek area and under my eyes there's a little bit of creasing just from facial expression, so smiling and stuff like that. It's just gone into the lines very slightly, but considering I haven't topped up all day, which I usually would, I am really impressed. There's only certain little lines here and there and little bits of fading around the mouth area and stuff like that, but that is bound to happen. Considering this is a foundation that's meant to give you a glow and it's not made for long wear, I'm actually really impressed. It's comparable to the Armani foundation 100%, but I think I actually like this a little bit more. Overall, I think I'll give it about a 8 out of 10. Reason being is because the coverage is really nice. I think I haven't found a foundation that I think is perfect yet, so that's why I give it an 8 and not a 9 or a 10. But I actually really like it, and it's definitely a foundation that I love a lot, but I've got to try it a little bit more, try a couple of different application techniques to really know how much I love it, and maybe I'll push it up to a 9. So guys, that is the end of this first impressions video. I hope that you enjoyed my very first one. Please let me know in the comments down below if you want to see any more first impressions on any foundations or any products in general, and I will definitely get onto it. Please give me a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Next are going to be some skincare favourites. So I've been loving the Oil Control Lotion recently by MAC. I have extremely oily skin and I've been suffering with some bad skin recently for a while, but I don't know if you've noticed, but my skin has started to clear up. I hope you guys have noticed. I had a lot of congestion in my forehead area,